Welcome back, this is Dave from Push Kiting. This video is all about the Rebel Dlab. So enjoy this video and I'll give you some more information afterwards. A little taster of information. Dlab actually stands for dangling like a boss. You can tell me in the comments if you think we lived up to that name or you don't think we're quite meeting that potential yet. Enjoy the video. Handle. Be okay there.
You don't have a grab handle on your board?
No, I just grab it there.
Oh, okay.
I would have a grab handle, but my Duotone grab handles aren't wide enough to fit that one, and I'm too tight to buy one that will fit. So I just go without a grab handle, grab the edge of the board instead.
That works.
Yeah, I can do all my board offs with it anyway. So.
Oh, you're mounting the wood.
Is that going to be? That's where I grab. At the moment, I grab there.
You're not allowed it at either end.
It has to be kind of in the middle. I'm not going to grab there, am I? So
that's true.
That'll be right.
That works.
Rebel Dlab 12. Thank you, Duotone. Lovely time. I have blown this a couple of times, just on the water, in not ideal conditions. Already very nice. And just going to try it out on the land today. It's a very snappy, lovely Rebel.
What wind conditions have we got today?
Wind conditions, we've got cross on the shore winds, and it's about 18 knots. It's supposed to increase through the day.
Nice.
So, yeah, cross on shore 18. It's supposed to be going to about maybe 25 knots. So you should be floating very nicely on this by the time wind picks up.
Nice.
It's a little bit chilly today, so I decided to pump up as a good warm-up rather than use the electric pump. And you have to pump this to 10 psi now.
10 psi?
10 psi you got to pump this to.
That's
which
hard.
is why, if you have a look on this, on the inside here, it's got a really reinforced section to hold it all in, so that can now cope with 10 psi. And because of that, now you've got a thinner leading edge. Oh, there's the old 7 psi that we used to get to.
That's 7. Okay.
Solid. 10 psi.
Nice. There's the road! Oh, that's so backwards! So smooth.
Cool. On the 12-meter Dlab, gonna go have a little session. Woo. Hello everybody, hello.
That looks like Francis the train dude.
I love it.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's so good.
That registered my highest jump on the Surfer app whilst I was halfway down.
My jump over there was 8 metres, but there was enough space.
You jumped over there? That was a big jump. I don't know how high that was.
Yeah, but you know what's weird is the carry.
Sorry?
It carries you so far, and you're like committed to double loop.
Yeah, I had to double loop and then I had to, well, nearly go for a third. I had to put the kite way back over my head just to stop me from going on the road. Yeah, I registered 9 metres when I was halfway down. That was awesome! I love that. This thing loops like crazy and it catches every gust. So I was fully aware I'm jumping by a cliff, which is super dangerous, you shouldn't do it. And landboarding is dangerous. Got a helmet on, that mitigates the danger slightly. But yeah, I'm trying to catch big updrafts and that was a massive updraft. This thing goes crazy. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You've just witnessed the Duotone Rebel Dlab in action. It's like an eagle with a jet engine strapped to it, just soaring away, majestic. Now this is literally the kite I've been dreaming of. Since Aluula was integrated into the kites, we've had the Evo, we've had the Neo, and I have been waiting, praying for this day to come where you get the Rebel Dlab. It has not disappointed. There's a few new things as well, so they haven't just slapped Aluula onto this kite. It performs differently, it's a lot more stiff, so they have to redesign the whole kite to make it work properly with this material. The kite now inflates to 10 psi. That is a substantial amount of pressure. That's equal to the pressure your partner's going to put you on to find out how much you paid for this gold kite. So buy another bag when you get this kite and put the one that says Aluula Gold in that bag, and I've just saved your relationship. Now you'll see on the front edge, and we showed at the start of the video, there's a lot more reinforcement to cope with that extra pressure, the 10 psi. Because now it can handle the 10 psi, we've got a much thinner leading edge, so that whole leading edge is a lot more streamlined, and the kite just wants to fly forward really fast. So it is much quicker than other kites that I'm used to. That means that it just wants to grab, to snatch at the wind, and it will take you and go. So we're always going out with beginners, and we want the smoothest wind we can, we want the nice softest kite, so we wouldn't say have this kite as a beginner. Not ideal, but as a more advanced rider, I want to catch every single little bit of wind that's coming, and this does that. So if you've ever had a kite grab a little double jump, so you jump up and then you catch another gust and you go, the Rebel Dlab does that a lot. So got quite a few times on this video, even though it's a 12 metre, I'm having to do 2 kite loops, and I've had to do 3 kite loops, and I'm having to limit as much as I can how far I'm letting that kite take me. I'm trying to let myself down and do as few down loops as I can, so heli loops, down loops. They're the kite loops we do when we're coming down, and I'm having to limit those as much as I can so I don't travel miles and miles on the land, because we just don't have the space anymore. It used to be a bit of an anomaly when we started kite landboarding. We could jump from the seafront and then we would get to the road, and that seemed like such a big distance. With the 12 metre Dlab, that whole session, my main thought was I want to go as high as I can, and then once I've got there, to see how high this thing can take me, I've got to try and get myself down as quick as I can so I don't end up in the road, because the space we've got just isn't large enough, isn't deep enough for us to travel. This kite can carry you so far. So that's why you'll see me going up and then dropping quite rapidly, because I'm trying to limit how far I go downwind. So if you're not familiar with the Aluula material, it drops the weight by 30%. As well as that, you get a much stiffer frame, and now the thinner leading edge which all together means that, I mean, this kite weighs 3.19 kilograms in the 12 meter that you saw me flying just now. Because it's got that thin leading edge, it moves quicker because it's got less air resistance. So a lot more aerodynamic, a lot lighter, so it's explosive. It fires up to the top. So when you send the kite, you can whip it really hard, and as soon as you pull that bar in, it's got a lot of sheet and go performance, like the Rebel always has had. But you pull that bar in with that extra speed that you can gain, and this kite just takes you. I mean, sometimes you think about things, oh, it's dropped this much percentage of weight, does that make a difference? I always think of it the other way around. I think, well, if you just take another kilogram weight and you put that kilogram onto the kite, and it's going to go a lot slower, and then you increase the diameter of the leading edge, and you're going to get a lot more airflow disturbance around that kite, so it's going to create more drag. Take all that away, and you've got the Rebel Dlab. So a lot sharper, a lot faster, a lot punchier. It just wants to launch you up into the air super fast, and it's an incredible feeling. So you've got two main benefits with the now stiffer frame and the lighter frame. One is that because it's light, it will fly in a lot less wind, so you can move this kite around and it will be able to generate a lot of speed in light wind, generate a lot of power, and you can, by apparent wind, you can fly earlier than you would with other kites. The second is because it's got such a stiff airframe now, you can take this out in much stronger winds. So I was flying in, the forecast was about 18 to 25 knots that day, and we had up to about 23 to 25, I think, at the peak. So this kite can fly, and it's rated from 10 to 27 knots. I was pretty much fully powered this whole session up to 25 knots, and I felt like I could hold a huge amount more power. Now that's not to say that I didn't have much power, because I did, but that really excites me to know that I can take this kite now into very strong winds. I'll be able to just get huge jumps. And that is what the Rebel is all about. That is the DNA of the Rebel, wanting to get you high and keep you there. And this has got so much potential for that. And I think the session that we've just had, that you've just seen, that was a great experience. But I know when it's stronger wind, I'm just going to get more power. And this kite is going to safely fly me around super high and keep me up in the air for ages. So I'm really excited to see what the top end is, because although I didn't hit the rated top end, I'm pretty sure we can go past that as well. And it just feels like it's going to handle that extra power so well. Now, the whole airframe being a lot more solid, and we've got squarer wingtips as well, so you've got more leverage on that wingtip. It's going to catch the wind, so you've got a larger wing controlling the kite. We've got the trailing edge, which is lighter, and you've got the new battens as well, which are lighter. So all of those things result in a very, very direct, very crisp feeling kite. So as soon as you make a movement, you feel that response in the kite. It's very, very snappy. And that enables you to respond to gusts as soon as they come. You can whip this kite around, get it into the position you need to. And when you're flying very high through the air, as soon as you start to redirect, you can get this kite into the position you want it, so you get that really nice catch. And there's so many times where we're coming down and you get caught and you lift it up again and floated, and then go for another loop and you're floating along. It's a magical feeling. So I've harped on about the Rebel Dlab. I love this kite, it's great. I'm going to see if I can get some other sizes as well. I'm hoping to get a 10 when they come back in stock, and maybe an 8 meter as well. The 8 meter and the 10 meter I think are going to do really nicely kite looping. However, this kite here, it loops really well anyway, so I wouldn't send a straightaway loop off the floor, but you see, if I get high enough, then I can send the kite round, and it's got plenty of time to get around. You see the snappy response, so as soon as you crank that bar, the kite instantly wants to go round, and it just flows super well, and then it comes back up. So that is the Rebel Dlab, and it is a brilliant kite. I'd really recommend it if you want the absolute maximum performance, to go as high as possible, and for maximum float, then this is the kite for you, the Rebel Dlab. Awesome. And if you want a slightly cheaper kite with fantastic performance as well, it doesn't quite match the Dlab, but it's nearly there. You've got the Rebel SLS, and that was my favourite kite from last year. I'll probably have some videos coming out of the Rebel SLS sometime soon as well. So Rebel Dlab, should you get it, should you not? Well, if you've got the budget to get one, this is peak performance. It's an incredible kite, and I'm sure you'll have so much fun with it. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you found that video interesting. Get subscribed and check out our Instagram channel as well. That's really good, loads of clips on there. Have a great time kiting, kite all the way through the winter. Don't be a fair weather kiter. Get out there as much as you can. But if you are a fair weather kiter, you can join us in Egypt, November 2nd to the 9th and April 5th to the 12th. We're hiring 2 luxury yachts and sailing around the islands and doing loads of kiting. We'll be doing coaching, so advanced coaching with myself and AJ, and we'll be having a lot of fun. So check out the video of our last Egypt trip, and if you want to come, get in touch. Thanks very much. See you soon.